Hi, I'm Jim Riley. Welcome to Meet the Chef. This is a show that takes you all the great food hotspots in our area. Today we're in Schodack at the Goold Orchards and Brookview Station Winery. I want to tell you, these are lovely people. You're going to have such a great time visiting with them today. They've got wine, they've got baked goods, cider donuts. We've already had a couple. I'm telling you, it's terrific. You're going to love this place. Goold Orchard, Brookview Station Winery in Schodack. You're going to love this show, so stick with us. We'll be right back. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Jim.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that.
We are thrilled to have you.
Good. Sue Miller. Did I make?
Sue Gould Miller.
Sue, look at Karen, it's fun. Sue Gould, that's how you pronounce it.
Yes.
Because I was calling you like Gold. Or
No.
Sue Gould Miller.
Yes.
Goold Orchards.
Correct.
Tell me the winery.
Gould Orchards, the Brookview Station Winery, and Joe Daddy's Hard Cider.
See, I didn't have the Joe Daddy's hard cider. It sounded like I already had some. I got to try one of these. We drove it just to get this. This is the most important one.
They're yummy.
See, I'm being good. What's JR level? You can have one later. You can have one later. Well, again, thanks for inviting us. Tell us how all of this got started, because it's huge. We're going to get into all the details later.
In 1910, my grandmother and grandfather, James and Bertha Gould, came here from Albany via train to the Brookview train station and walked a mile to get out to the farm and bought this farm for $3,000.
Oh no, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Really?
Yeah, for $3,000. It was about 75 acres at that point.
Right.
And my grandfather was a horticulturalist and went to Cornell University.
Okay.
And was one of the first people who came and commercially sprayed apple trees in the area and fruit trees because, it helped to get better fruit, more production, all that stuff.
Right.
And they came to the house, and the house they came to had no running water, no electricity, no indoor plumbing. And my grandmother had come from a fairly well-to-do family in Troy and was pretty shocked.
Yeah.
So they were here from 1910 and they continued on, and my father was the person who took up the reins with my grandmother. My grandfather passed away in the mid-20s.
Right.
Took up the reins, and my father grew the crop. And my father was the one who really, Bob Gould, who really was the driving force to make this into what's a modern day fruit farm.
Okay, Brookview Station Winery. I just remembered, I had trouble. My producer's been on me all morning about memorizing it, because that's how big everything's gotten now. How big are you today?
We aren't that much bigger. I mean, we have bought 20 acres and put in more orchard back in the 70s.
Right.
And we aren't that much bigger. But the thing in fruit production now is you don't have to have a lot of land, because you can put 600 trees to an acre. So it's a very close planting, and you can produce, produce 1,500 bushel of apples from an acre of land versus having big, huge standard trees that in the old times that you had to wait 5 or 7 years to get into production, and that were 20 feet high and were tough to pick.
We were out there before.
Yep.
All you see are apples.
Yes.
Everywhere. Now, what you've done is, besides the apples, which is the first main part of the business, you've kept expanding. Tell us about some of the other things.
Well, three things, actually 4 things that have happened is that we've gone not just having apples and packing apples, but we always had some amount of retail, and we've increased the retail since the late 70s
right.
into present day. We also put in a cider mill in the 70s. Each one of my siblings have come here and done something and then left. I'm the youngest and the last one
You're
here.
the last one.
Yeah, so each one, and my deal is the winery and the hard cider. So each one of them came and did something, and my one brother, John, he put in a cider mill, and so we had something to do with our cider apples. We would make cider and we would sell cider.
Right. And that's maximizing your crop, basically.
Well, it's a value-added product. I mean,
right.
that's what you're taking something that's not worth a lot, and you're pressing it, you're making it into something that's worth
right.
more. From that point on, my next brother Peter, he expanded the retail, and also we have an apple festival that was his creation in 1989, and it's this year we're 29 years old. We're the original and the largest apple festival in the Capital Region area,
Right.
and we're also we've been cited by the New York Times Traveler editor
Oh,
as
yeah.
one of the top 5 apple festivals to visit in the United States.
Wonderful. Now you do a lot of activities for that.
We do. We have crafters, we have entertainment, we have local bands, we have Thunder Ridge from down in the Mid-Hudson region,
Yeah,
who are
down by
wonderful.
us, yeah.
We have Hair of the Dog, a great Irish band on Sunday.
You have to have an Irish band.
We have a wine tent, and you can wine taste. We have food vendors. We do our own Gould Orchards Cafe with all kinds of goodies in that. So we have a lot going on. It's October 7th and 8th, and we have a lot going on those 2 days.
So that's very exciting. Now, we're not sure when this is going to broadcast, so we may kind of miss this for the folks, but they need to keep that in mind for the next season. That'll be your 30th year of doing it.
Right.
Apple Festival.
Apple Festival, Columbus Day weekend.
Oh, we love that. By the way, can we get our producer to take, we forgot to show the cookies and stuff. I don't, no, I've been eating these all morning. I don't know how we're going to get back in the truck. There's not much room left. Isn't that fabulous? But I'm going to get back to another piece. You got a good shot there? Good. He's nodding, so we're okay. By the way, this is so much fun. This is, and what we like is that you really like to have people here.
Oh, we love to have people here, and we
Yeah.
love to do stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is one of our favorite things.
It's terribly exciting. Now, later on, we're going to look at some wine. We're going to have some, I think, wine and cheese.
We're going to have
Karen?
wine and cheese. Yep,
And I have some fellows who will help me with that.
I'm sure.
We have JR over there. He's making sure I don't make any mistakes. We have our producer / cameraman, another cameraman. They're going to get stuff, right? Yeah, because they wouldn't come.
We always feed people.
That's the important part. We like that one for
Right.
sure.
Yep.
Now, how did you get into the winery and that kind of stuff? I think that's kind of interesting.
Well, we've talked about it from about 2002 on. My older brother left the business and went on to retiring, and we talked about doing something more value-added, so we decided we would try our hand at apple wine, and for 1 year, we made apple wine and gave away bottles of apple wine.
Right,
half
just to
bottles,
try it out, yeah.
Just for people to try it. In 2005, Karen Gardy, who's my marketing director, came along, and she wrote us a grant for USDA.
Right.
That didn't fly. We did a lot to make that work. We went to Cornell University. We worked with a lot of people. That didn't work. So what we did was we scrapped it for a little while, and then we ended up going and applying for New York Farmland Viability Grant, and we got $15,000 to start seed money to start our winery.
Yeah.
So we already had an infrastructure. We have a building. We have customers. I did not want to use the family name at the time for a number of reasons, the Gould name. So I went for Brookview Station because my grandmother and grandfather's start came
That was
from
a
coming to the
location.
station.
Right.
So
and that was right here in the area.
Yeah, and it was a mile from here.
Yeah.
And sadly, they have torn it down. And
Oh,
that's,
no.
Yes,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of beautiful train stations on the line going to New York, but
Right.
that one got dismantled. But we started with one wine, which is our Whistle Stop White, and we continued and we developed pear and apple pear, and then we planted grapes, red wine grapes, Frontenac and Marquette, which grow in cold regions,
Yeah.
like developed at the University of Minnesota for 38 below winters.
Yeah.
So the vines can survive, and we planted Marquette and Frontenac, and what we did is we started to make our own red wines. So now we've expanded from having 2 wines to having about 12.
We're going to have a nice party later.
And 3 kinds of hard cider.
That we have to try also. Sue Miller, this is the Gould Orchards. Give me the station again. I almost forgot it. Give them the station. For you, it's Brookview Station.
Station
I
Winery.
knew if I held long enough, Karen, I'd get it back. Brookview Station Winery. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to take a break and come back because you got wine for us, you got cheeses, we got food. We're going to have a heck of a time.
Right.
Sue Miller, Gould Orchards, and Brookview Station Winery.
Correct.
We're having a great time up here at Schodack. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Your household often has multiple connected devices, streaming video, online shopping, downloading music, playing games, all at the same time. This strains your Wi-Fi network because each device uses a portion of your data stream and things can really slow down. But with Mid-Hudson Cable's new internet speeds and all-in-one Wi-Fi modem, you can keep all your devices up to speed and super fast. Give us a call and enjoy your internet better today.
We hope you're enjoying Meet the Chef. Remember, it's local, it's real people in our community, and it's exclusively on Mid-Hudson Cablevision's Channel 11. To be a local sponsor of this program or to have your restaurant featured on Meet the Chef, please contact us at 828-2500, extension 8207 for details. Remember, folks, again, Jim Riley, Meet the Chef, Sue Miller, Gould Orchards, and Brookview Station Winery.
Correct.
Now, we've been eating donuts all morning, but we're going to go for real food now. What are we making?
I'm making apple harvest pork chops that uses apples and apple cider. And what I did was we have 1/3 of a cup of onions, chopped onions, and chopped in dice, and you have about 4 cups of apples. Now,
What type of apple do you use?
well, I use a lot of apples you could use. You don't have to specifically use this. You want to use a harder apple, so I'm using Honeycrisp. Now,
Right.
I would tell people don't come in here and buy Honeycrisp to do this with, but it's one of the hard apples I had. You could use a Cortland, you could use a softer apple, just cut your pieces thicker.
Right.
So all you do is slice and core the apple. You don't peel them, you leave the skin on because
Right,
it gives you
right.
color. And you brown the onions and you brown the onions and the apples together. And when you get them all browned up, you're going to
Well, I like
add.
it. The pork chop's going to be with it. See, I love apples and onions, but you're going to put pork chop in it, right?
Yep, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you do is you first have to cook off your dish. You first have to get these browned, and
Right.
then you take it out, put it on the side, then you put your pork chops in.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So
Yeah.
you get these browned off, and you can pull these off when they're nice and brown. Now, I really like to get mine really brown. I'm a real stickler. I'm not going to do them as brown as I usually do.
Right.
Because
But the idea is you want to brown them up and make
you
sure
really
they're
want
really
them to be
done.
brown. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just you want a nice brown on them because it kind of caramelizes them like it would with onions.
I have to tell you, folks, as I look at this, I think I could actually eat this.
Oh, this is pretty good.
Wouldn't that be something just by itself?
I actually make this at home as like a side dish. If
Oh,
wanted to-
okay, so you
if
can
you wanted
use
to
it
have
that way.
something with pork,
Yeah.
you don't have to cook your apples down all the way when you want to have it as a side dish. Cook them till they're a little bit soft with onions.
Yeah.
Had a psychoanalyst used to come here and used to eat onions and apples with mustard, and I was like, but I think
I'm looking at our camera. He's a professional eater. I think with the mustard, that would be good, huh? Yeah. He can't nod because the camera, we go like that. But I like the idea of a side dish.
so my point is
Look
that
at
that's the color that you
there
really
you go.
want
See
your
it?
apple, all right? You want your apple to be that brownish color.
Right.
You want it to get a nice color to it. All right.
Right.
I'm going to pull these off, and I'm going to slide them into a pan that I have here. This is a heavy.
I like the pan. That's a 42-pound pan.
This is a huge pan.
Yeah.
We use this for our Easter Bunny, Santa and Easter Bunny breakfast. Okay.
We should have like smell-o-vision so you can smell how good that is. Oh, look at the pork chop. My God.
Okay,
at
now
this.
we've got, I got 4 bone-in. You need to get bone-in pork chops because they're more tender, and these are beautiful pork chops.
That's
The
gorgeous.
size of them is just fantastic. So you're going to take them, and you're going to put them in your fry pan.
We will have a festival of pork chops later. Fellas.
Yeah, we will. You want to put them in your fry pan, and you want to
Give
brown
them a
them
little
up.
space. Yep, brown them up.
Yep.
They're gorgeous.
They're nice. They're really nice.
Now, you said cider. How's that coming?
Well, you brown the pork chops on each side.
Right?
You put your pork chops aside, you put in mustard, and you put in a cup and a half of apple cider. Now, I like to use more apple cider, and usually I use more apples. I live on an apple orchard, so I want to utilize what I have.
Oh, yeah.
So I use more apples, and I use more apple cider. I'm not somebody who normally cooks with a recipe. I did this because I wanted to make sure that the recipe that's up on our webpage, Goold.com, was really, would work for people.
I'm very glad you mentioned that. Folks, I have to tell you, if you've not been here, it might be a little difficult to find a location, because when you get a farm as special as this, you got to find Brookview Station area. But if you go to the website, you're going to have directions there.
We have a website. We have directions on our website page. We have placards on I-90, east and west. We have arrows at every intersection to tell you Gould Orchards and Winery.
We saw the arrows.
Yep.
But give us the website again.
Website is www.goold, Goold.com.
Goold.com. You'll get directions. You have to come here. This is a very, very special place.
And if you can't figure out the directions, call us on the phone. We always answer our phone, and we are always glad to give you directions.
I have to tell you something funny. When I was waiting to do this segment, one of your people was on the phone helping somebody with the arrows and getting the directions. What I like is that it's clear that your people love to have guests, love to have people come to your facility.
We do.
It's wonderful.
I always say that we don't have maybe the cheapest prices or the fastest service, but we always want to talk to you, and we always want to help you. We're always glad to talk to you about what apples do you want to buy, and what can you do here, and all kinds of things like that.
You know what I like? It's the quality of what you have is exceptional.
Oh, thank you.
It's extraordinary.
We work really hard.
It makes me proud to be with you.
Oh,
I'm with
thanks.
Sue Miller, Gould Orchard and Brookview Station Winery. I just love to be in your company. Look.
See,
now they're looking like pork chops.
Yep, you got to brown them up. And I use a non-stick pan, and I like to use the spray vegetable oil with just I put a little bit of olive oil in here, like a couple of teaspoons. You might want to put a couple of teaspoons more, because these are really large.
Yes, they are.
These are unusually large. I really kind of lucked out when I went and found these. I was surprised I had to reach way back in the meat case. But always buy with a bone in. It doesn't work as well with the boneless ones. They just aren't as tender.
And I like the fact that they're good, healthy size. Our crew here that's shooting today is going to have a wonderful time later.
Yeah, they're going to have,
for sure.
We have wonderful pork chops. It's going to be great. Okay, I'm going to pop these out.
Yeah. They are huge pork chops. I want to give them a starring role here. Look at these pork chops. This I got to say.
There's a lot of apple and pork recipes you can use, and I like sauerkraut with stuff too. That's
one. But with the apples.
One of my things. Okay.
Let's get another plate.
We just got to get that. Leave that. You hang on to that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is my own pork chop. This is my very own pork chop.
Hang on. I got to grab the cider, guys.
All
Sorry.
right, well, you can walk that way. This is your place. Karen, she doesn't need to ask permission.
Well,
if she wants to go over and get cider, she can do that. I noticed you're a little cautious pouring that in, eh?
Yeah, you don't know. This pan's pretty hot. Now, I put in 1/3 cup of mustard.
Right. And this is like the stone ground stuff?
This is Gouldens. I'm a big Gouldens fan. I love Gouldens. And I'm not going to get it all out with this. That's bad. It's not going to happen. I should have it. My mother would be yelling at me about what utensils do I have. Marcia would be saying.
You would be disciplined on that.
Yeah, I believe me. You have no idea. She's up in the cemetery. She'd be right here telling me that.
For sure.
Use the right utensils. And the only other thing I'm going to do, okay, so you get that going, and what you do is you put your pork chops back in.
Back in.
Okay.
I want mine to go in last. Yeah, it has to have prior. Look at these. Oh, that is gorgeous.
This is a fast dish, too.
Gorgeous.
This is a dish that, even if you're somebody who works and you have everything.
You can prepare it. It doesn't take all day to do that.
All right. Now we're going to throw the apples back in.
Apples and onions.
Onions, yep. They go right back in with everything.
I like the idea of the mustard with the cider.
Yep, and
that's very
all this
interesting.
happy makes everything happy, and everything's happy together. And I love
We're
amber.
gonna have some time later, boys. Oh, is that gorgeous?
Okay, just want to take that off a little, and I need the craisins. Sorry, guys.
Right here.
Oh,
Here
yeah.
we have
I
a
didn't know I had
craisin.
them. God, I'm so prepared. I can hardly stand it. Okay, now you can.
Oh, no, this is a nice
You
touch.
can
I
use
like
more
this.
craisins if you want to, all right? And the other thing is that I didn't do that you need to do is you need, and I will do this a little later.
yeah.
What you need to do is just take a little bit of cider, put it in a cup, and they have you do 4 teaspoons of cornstarch.
Right.
I don't know if that's enough or not, but you can just try it to thicken your stuff up if you want to make your sauce thicker.
Right.
Or if you have more cider, you can let your cider down, and
Right,
it will
and
thicken.
then just let it go,
It will
it'll
thicken
thicken
on
up.
its own.
Oh,
Yep.
the aroma is to die for. This is fabulous.
Now,
That
and
is beautiful.
you can, if you have a pan that's oven proof, you can actually pop this in the oven and let it warm if you've cooked it before. So you could cook this dish the night before and pop it in the oven and let it warm
I like
back
that
up.
idea as well, yeah.
Yep, you could do that. I'm almost convinced, but I haven't tried it. I bet you could do a slow cooker version of this too if you browned all your
okay.
stuff and put it in
Yeah,
the slow cooker.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
that's lovely.
But this is the finished product, and this is what it looks like when it's done. That's what you're.
I love the aroma. That's fabulous.
Oh.
Okay, Sue Miller, remember, Gould Orchards and
Brookview Station Winery.
Karen says, I was going to say fun, Brookview Station Winery. And I swear, Karen, I'm going to get it before the day is over because we're going to have wine later too, which will be great.
That'll make me remember it better, Jim.
Yeah, and
Definitely.
Sue Gould Miller, it's getting worse, is it? Sue Gould Miller, our hostess for the day. And again, thanks so much for taking
welcome.
time to say. We
Glad to have
appreciate that. All right, you made the pork chops. We're going to enjoy those later. What are you fixing now?
Hang on. Before we burn the pork chops.
Oh, yeah, don't.
Yikes.
Before we burn the pork chops.
Don't want to burn the pork chops. Sorry, guys.
No, because we're going to take
Okay.
care of that. What are we doing now?
We're going to make a cider donut bread pudding. I've tried for a long time to get the right recipe, and I finally got the right recipe, and it's super. It's easy, it's quick, it's a delicious recipe. So if you have leftover cider donuts and you want to do something with them, there's 14 of them here. So what I do with them, if they aren't hard enough, I put them in the oven just for a few minutes to kind of get them
Warm them up a little bit.
Yeah, it warms them up and it makes them hard.
Yeah.
So, and you can actually let them sit out overnight. Whatever you need to do to get them harder, you can do
Right.
it. So what I do is, so I've put I've broken up in little pieces like this.
Right.
You put them out in the pan. You have 3 cups of milk, and you put in a cup of cider. Now, I told Ryan, the cameraman, that when I first did this, I was sure that this milk was going to curdle with the cider. It
Yeah,
does not.
but it does not.
It looks great. So you have the milk, and you have 4 eggs that I whisk up, and usually I have a bigger bowl and mix everything together. So I'm going
Right.
to put a little bit of the milk in and then mix the eggs in. And it's really a custard is what it is.
Yeah.
And the other thing I have actually 3 grated Gala apples, and I like to use more apples because we're on an apple orchard, let's use apples,
Yeah.
okay? That's the best thing. And I put these right in over the top, and you spread it all out. And I
Like
just-
you said, you shred them right away because you don't want them browning before you
well,
put
I
them
didn't
on.
want them to brown for the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
When you cook these,
You
you're
don't
not
care.
gonna
Yeah.
see the difference.
200 years from now, nobody will know.
Next
but
week
for
you're
the
not
show,
gonna-
for
Yeah.
the show,
well,
we don't want them brown.
Hey, listen, we want the aesthetics, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Food Network, move over.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then I'm going to pour some of the milk on.
You're right. It doesn't curdle.
No, not at all. And
Cider,
it's like,
milk, it's
you
fine.
would think it would be too acidic, okay? And it would curdle, but it doesn't. All right,
Does not.
now I'm going to put my eggs in. Now,
And
if
you
you
can
have a
mix
big
that
pan,
together.
just I didn't use a big enough pan. My
Right.
mother's up there, Marcia's up there complaining
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
She's saying you should have done it a
Oh,
different
you
way.
bet she is.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a demerit for that.
Yeah.
And use the right size pan is the other issue. Okay, so you're going to put this all on, and I don't know if I can get it all in this particular dish.
That's pretty close.
We're going to get it in.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
gonna-
now the other thing you're going to do, I like to let this sit. Okay, I like to let this
All
sit
right, before, yeah.
Right, you let it sit. I actually soaked the bunch that we're gonna have. I soaked it overnight. You don't have to, but you gotta let it sit for a while so that your donuts soak up
But if you
all
have the
that,
time, go ahead and let it sit
all the
overnight.
yummy goodness that there is, okay?
Right.
And then, and you can put craisins on, because I wanna make the camera guys happy. I know they all love craisins.
They do.
Yeah, so you can put craisins on.
They were
You
going
could
to
put-
protest, I
You
think.
could put nuts in. You could do a lot of things with this that you wanted to do. I make a cider, a cinnamon sauce that goes over this. You use cider, you use some cinnamon, you use a little bit of, I like a little bit of honey,
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
and about a cup to about, yeah, I'd say about 4 or 5 teaspoons of cornstarch. And you just mix them together and you heat that up and cook the cornstarch till it gets thickened and it's clear.
Right.
And then you use that, you take a square of it and you use that for the sauce and you give that to somebody and you serve it with a sauce over it. Somebody I know uses Jack Daniel's sauce and
Well,
makes it with Jack Daniel's.
You just got our attention with that one, Jack Daniels. So that could be a good one.
Yeah.
That could be a good one. Now, so we're done for now. What we're gonna do, we were gonna bring one out and show you. Let's do
Yep.
that later when you
Okay.
serve all the
All
stuff.
right, sure.
Now, again, Sue Gould Miller. This is Gould Orchards and
The Brookview Station Winery.
Brookview Station Winery. The building's gone, which is sad.
Yeah,
But
the train station is gone.
that's the
Yeah.
location. Don't forget their website.
www.goold.com.
Do you do recipes on there too? Do you
Yes,
share
we
some?
have all
Oh,
of the
good.
recipes we're showing you are on the web.
Oh,
They're
nice.
already there, they're all set, and there's some other recipes there with it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
You know, we're having a great time.
It's fun.
All right, Sue Miller. Let me get one. Right here like this. We'll be right back there for a few messages. We're going to have some more fun.
Your household often has multiple connected devices, streaming video, online shopping, downloading music, playing games, all at the same time. This strains your Wi-Fi network because each device uses a portion of your data stream and things can really slow down. But with Mid-Hudson Cable's new internet speeds and all-in-one Wi-Fi modem, you can keep all your devices up to speed and super fast. Give us a call and enjoy your internet better today.
We hope you're enjoying Meet the Chef. Remember, it's local, it's real people in our community, and it's exclusively on Mid-Hudson Cablevision's Channel 11. To be a local sponsor of this program or to have your restaurant featured on Meet the Chef, please contact us at 828-2500, extension 8207 for details. We're back. So what I like is I'm getting the whole shot today. See, folks, you got to understand, if you come to Gould Orchards, you're going to get treated like this. Every day you come in here, they love having guests. But look, we're having a cocktail party now, just before we have those fabulous pork chops. What wine are you going to share with us?
I'm sharing with you our original Whistle Stop white wine that is made from apples.
Right.
And it tastes very Riesling-like.
Oh, I like Riesling. That's our favorite.
and-
oh, yeah. Here, let me hold that.
Okay.
No, Karen's right. We got to do the label. No. She's over there telling Sue, I love you, but you got the label wrong. Look, isn't that great? I love this. No, but what I like, when you said Riesling, let me pour a little bit.
Okay.
My wife and I, our favorite of all wines is the Riesling. So this is wonderful. All right, so tell us some more about this one again. We're going to show you the label.
Well, we were not even 6 months old when we won the Best of the Hudson Valley region in the
Really?
Hudson Valley Wine and Grape Association, and we won the Cornell Cup. And it was, I think, probably one of the very first times that a fruit wine ever took it all over the grapes, and it beat out 70 other grapes.
That's incredible. Let's have a little toast.
Salute.
Gould Orchards, you have to come. This is fabulous. Let's try it. Oh, Yes, this is very good. This is very good. So one more time. Whistle stop white. Okay? Now, what are the others you're going to tell us about?
I'm going to talk about Marquette.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, Marquette is our first, actually it's our second estate grown, estate produced grape wine. And estate means that everything is done there
Right.
at the place you're standing in.
Yeah.
And these are Marquette grapes that are developed at the University of Minnesota for cold weather, so the vines can withstand 38
Right.
below zero. This is lovely. This is very Pinot Noir-like, and
Oh,
it's a
okay.
really lovely red wine. And the reason we're talking about
Let me take
this,
that for
you're going
you.
to hold that, is the
Yeah.
reason we're talking about this is that we have cheese that
Put a little
someone
on there.
makes for us
With a Marquette.
that has Marquette. It's called Moonlight. I don't know if it's cherry or what I forgot
Right.
what no, it's Moonlight. The cherry, the cheese is Moonlight cherry, and it's got dried cherries and it's got the Moonlight Marquette in it, and it's delicious. She also
Sugar.
has developed. I don't have it on the plate. She has
But I
a
have a
number
little
of
more.
cheeses, but she also has
I
another
need,
one.
I need a little more.
Okay, you need a little
Marquette.
more. She also has.
I didn't drive all this way not to have more Marquette. You know what I mean?
She also,
Oh, my God,
She also
is
has
that
a
good.
cransy apple ago that has our whistle stop white wine in it with some cranberries on
Oh,
top,
that's
and that's
wonderful.
it's a very hot wine.
This is to die for. This is incredible.
This cheese is new. We've just started this
Oh.
past summer, so this is a new cheese for
Oh.
us. And then we have a smoked cheddar and we have a flavored cheddar from Palatine Dairy that has.
Smoked cheddar, I'm going to try
The
it.
smoked cheddar is delicious. And the smoked cheddar is yummy. I love dill. This has got dill, garlic, and onion
Sorry,
in it.
hold on just a second. I have to point out that I was picking it up with my fingers, and she's over here with a toothpick. I think I probably should have remembered to put the toothpicks
It's
out.
really okay.
Oh, good, thanks.
It's all right.
We're amongst friends, we can do it.
There's no rules.
Because I was a little embarrassed. I picked up with my fingers, she has the toothpick. Oh, God, is that good.
Try the garlic dill.
Tell me that one again.
The garlic dill
Garlic dill.
is the garlic dill has got dill, a little bit of onion, and
Ooh.
garlic in it.
Ooh,
Isn't that good?
oh,
You can never have
phenomenal.
too much dill for me.
Oh, that is wonderful. Wonderful.
We have a number of other flavored cheeses that we have a bacon tomato. We have.
Oh, I like bacon tomato.
We have one called Nokolis. It's got caraway seeds in it. That's one of my favorites.
Oh,
It's very
caraway
Norwegian. But this is a wonderful.
Yogurt.
It's a wonderful creamery. They're up in Nelliston, New York, by Cavengahari, and they do wonderful flavored cheeses.
And you said, sorry, I couldn't help but maybe laugh. You said that you didn't even know the place existed until you went up there.
I never knew Nelliston existed. I mean, you know, it was like I couldn't get there from here, but now I know I can.
Harry's tough enough, but now listen, cheeses, I mean, really, this is phenomenal. I have to tell you, that's the one that got me so far. What's this one? I missed
This
that
one is the garlic herb. It's got
Ooh.
it's got a little bit of onion. It's got a lot of dill in it. It's got a lot of I don't know what else Heidi's got in that one. Probably a lot of everything.
Oh.
I could just eat cheese and wine, and I'd be
I was just gonna
that'd
say,
be okay with me. Just give me the cheese and the wine. It's like it's good. I'm good to go.
I have to be careful because I don't want to give up the pork chop. This is very, very good. Oh, got to try just a little bit more of this one. This is the Marquette. Oh my
The
God.
Marquette is a lot of fun. I
Oh.
really like this one. I happen to love cherries, and of course we have cherries in the Hudson Valley, so.
But it's got a real tang to it. What I like is I don't want to have cheese, and I'm asking myself, why am I having this cheese? There's no flavor. This is loaded with flavor.
No, and it's different. She does different things. She does a cheese with a hot sauce on it that I thought when she first brought it, I was like, oh, this is going to be awful. It is out of this world.
Isn't that amazing? Because
That's
you think it would be
delicious.
it would be
Well,
too spicy.
It's the dairy and the hot together. The dairy
That
cools
works.
off the heat,
Right.
but brings up the flavor.
I have a feeling I'm not going to have any more trouble with Brookview Station Winery because it's on the glass. Check this out. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not, but we're gonna try it. Yeah. My producer said, don't worry, we'll take care of it later. Again, to you, what a wonderful visit we're having, huh?
Thank you. This is great.
Now, let me ask you this, because we didn't clarify this before. Let's go through the list of things that are available here at Gould Orchards.
Well, we are open. We are open 7 days a week for apple picking. We have pumpkin picking starting at the end of September. We have school tours, which we had one this morning. We have a cider mill. We produce cider, and we pack apples, which they can hear in the background. The packing line is running. We make donuts. We make pies. We do a huge.
You've got scones. You've got
scones.
What were the strudelnicks? I love the strudelnicks.
Strudelnicks are a pastry. Just they're a phyllo dough pastry with either raspberry, blueberry, or strawberry. A raspberry. Strawberry cheese or apple. The favorite my husband likes is the strawberry cheese.
Oh yeah.
We also do group events. If somebody wants to come and do a group event, we have group events you can do. That's another thing that we do. We have space outside. We have events on the weekend. This weekend we're having goat yoga.
Oh, nice.
Which will be interesting.
Now, where do you do it?
They're going to do it outside with their goats. I've never seen goat yoga, but I'm pretty excited about it.
I would have to say
it'll be
that
interesting.
Would be a draw.
Last weekend we had a car show. This is our fourth year having a car show. It's really fun.
Yeah, I'm a car guy. I grew up, the 40s, 50s, so the car show thing works for me.
It's a lot of fun. We have a really good time with the car show. And then our big centerpiece for us in the fall is our Apple Festival, always Columbus Day weekend. We have handcrafted craft vendors. We have a wine tent with other wineries and distilleries here. We have entertainment. We have apple picking, pumpkin picking. We have a horse-drawn wagon ride.
Oh, that's fun.
So we have a lot of stuff going on. That's the only day we charge an admission. And other than that, we never charge admission to get in here.
I love that idea. Now, the one thing we didn't talk about, and my producer, Ryan, is very, very interested in this. It's very important to him, hard cider.
Well, we also have a winery here inside of the farm store that you guys are going to have pictures of. It's the Brookview Station Winery. We started it in 2006.
11 years already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes by fast.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
5 years ago, we decided we'd try our hand at hard cider, and we started to do like a couple 50-gallon barrels of cider. And basically, we morphed it into not just hard cider. I was explaining to your producer that we make a hopped hard cider and we make a cranapple hard cider. And we do things a little differently because we use a different kind of yeast to ferment the cider ahead of time. And that gives it different flavors.
Wonderful.
So we will be sampling some of that as well.
Great. Now, we forgot one thing, and I'm embarrassed that we did. We have another wine that's very important to you.
Well,
could you bring this out?
Yeah,
Let's do
this is very important.
I'm going to hold this for you. Shane, you're going to get this? Okay.
This is Sunset Charlie, and this was my dog, Charlie, who passed away this past March 24th. He was 16. He was a wonderful dog, one of the nicest Labrador Retrievers I've ever had the pleasure of owning. And we put him on a label behind a sunset, and he has been a huge seller. And we told people that whenever anybody bought a bottle of Sunset Charlie, that for his royalty, Charlie would get an extra dog biscuit that day.
I love that.
We have a new black lab, Frankie, and he will soon have his own label.
Isn't that kind of the fun? I mean, you're doing all the trouble of running the business, managing the business, all these processes, all the new developments, promote all the things, but that you can infuse fun into it and have part of your life shared with it. I think that's a wonderful idea.
It's a lot of fun.
It really is. Now, are we going to, more food? Now, so one of the things, we got rid of all the cheeses. Well, I say we got rid of. We tasted it.
And the cameramen ate the rest.
The crew, God, they even took it away. They have it on another table. What are we drinking here?
You're drinking the cran apple hard cider, and I'm drinking the triple hopped hard cider because I think either one will go great with these pork chops.
Wonderful.
I think it'll be wonderful.
Again, Harvest. Tell me the name of it again.
This is Joe Daddy's hard cider, and it's made at the Brookview Station Winery located at Gould Orchards.
Yeah, let me read
And
it.
Joe, the reason it's Joe Daddy's
Yeah.
is we have our own Joe Daddy. He's been our foreman for 37 years and presses the cider.
I love that.
And
you
he
get-
has a snowplow business and a striper business for chartering on the Hudson, and he has a vanity plate, Joe Daddy. So we thought, and he has 3 daughters, and we thought Joe Daddy was pretty
Joe
funny.
Daddy's perfect. All right, you made the pork chops. Wonderful. What is the name? You said it's Harvest.
This is Harvest. This is Harvest pork chops, and it's got cider, it's got apples, and it's got craisins in it. And you cook it in, and these pork chops are huge. You cook a bone-in pork chop, and you cook it with the cider and you cook the cider and the mustard. You put that in, and then you after you brown your pork chops in, you put them back in. You cook it off, and it's got the apples, the cider sauce with the mustard. It is so good.
I just heard this phrase. I think it's perfect to describe this. You know what this tastes like? More.
I think, yeah.
It tastes like more. Oh.
This is a delicious dinner.
See the flavors together. Oh. The apples, the pork chop, the sauce.
The mustard is what really tangs it up and makes it nice.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, if you didn't, you might think it's a little bit too sweet, but the mustard,
No, the cider is not as sweet as you think. And I used Honeycrisp, which I suggested you don't use Honeycrisp, but it really gives a sweet tart flavor. There's a lot of things you could use. You could use Crispins that are hard, Ida Reds. You could use the softer apples and make bigger pieces, but don't cook your apples too much so they get mushy.
we do not like a mushy apple. We do not.
Not for this.
Oh my God.
If they're in pie, I want them to be soft, but not when I'm eating this.
Oh my God. Oh my God,
These
that's
are good.
wonderful. Wonderful. I hope this is a diet meal.
Well,
Oh,
it actually isn't bad. It actually isn't bad at all.
now Sue, remember we're at Gould Orchards and
The Brookview Station
Brookview
Winery,
see, Karen,
drinking Joe
Brook-
Daddy's hard cider.
you know that? Come on in. Don't be afraid. Come on. Go ahead and, no, come on
okay.
in to spray.
She
You
got the
Yeah.
whipped cream. There we go.
can- Yeah.
This is the dairy farmer lady who got the whipped cream for us.
We love Dairy Farmer Lady.
We do.
And we love whipped cream. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you. Brookview Station Winery, Gould Orchards, Sue Miller. What a time we're having.
Yeah, this is really yum.
I don't think I'm leaving. Let's just stay here today. You want it? Because they found out they're getting pork chops. So
Yes, they are.
They're prepared to
And
stay
cider
for it.
donut bread pudding. Yeah.
I have to, it's funny, Shane, one of our cameramen, he said, well, if you don't use the cider donuts, what do you do? Sue said, bread. What do you think? It's bread pudding. You use bread. I would recommend, though, the cider donuts.
Yeah, the cider donuts really kicks it up a notch or two.
See, I want to try that, but I really have to have
You
a little
really
more.
are on the pork chop, aren't you? Here?
Yeah, I have to have a little more pork chop.
You're enjoying that pork chop
Well,
a lot.
I do, and I like the apple with it. I think
Oh, the apple's
sauce,
great. The apple makes a huge difference. It really does. It's a wonderful. It really does make the dish.
This is incredible.
And we have craisins in it.
We found that all of our crew, they love craisins. Let's have
I
a little
know.
craisin.
That's crazy.
This is very good. Okay,
All right.
I have to stop just, I want to make sure I have this. Excuse me for this, but I can't pep. To Sue Miller, Gould Orchards, and, let me read it, Brookview Station Winery. Thank God we have this on the glasses, huh?
I know.
Can we buy these glasses?
Yes,
Do you have
you
those
can.
available?
Yes, I do.
I love this idea. I may have to get some on the way out.
All righty.
Now, here's one thing. I have one complaint today about Sue. We have to get it on the table. The only thing I don't like is she keeps trying to give us everything free. Yep. Now, I know the customers you charge, but for some reason you keep giving us everything free. Somewhere along the line, we're going to have to purchase
If
something.
you feed people, it makes them happy, Jim. That's what we like to do.
She knows it so well.
That's right.
You know, This is phenomenal.
Thank you.
Okay, let's review though, just because we're going to wrap things up in a minute, because I want to keep drinking. This is a lot of fun. Gould Orchards, Brookview Station Winery.
Yep.
You're open
7 days a week
and
from now until Christmas Eve day.
right now. How much time do you take off in the winter?
We then go down to only being open 6 days a week. So we're here pretty much all the time. We take Thanksgiving off. I go out for my Thanksgiving dinner, but basically we're pretty much here all the time. Things shrink down after December. We do a less bakery. We always pretty much have apples, and we always
Right.
have cider. We always have cider, wine, and hard cider.
That's wonderful.
Okay, now let's not forget the cider bread donut pudding. We got to
All
try
right,
that.
we're gonna do that.
Okay, we even got whipped cream for it. I also like to make a cinnamon sauce to go on this with cider. And I told you that one of the restaurants in Catskills makes their bread donut pudding, and she makes cider donut bread pudding, and she puts Jack Daniel's sauce on it.
I don't think I could take, that'd just be too much. I mean, this is fabulous.
This is pretty good.
Mm.
I usually do like my own cooking. I don't bother to make it if I'm not going to like
Well,
it.
you know what's really interesting? Because we've pumped a few donuts this morning. And I was thinking when I had this, I'll try to act excited and that I like it and stuff. But, you know, I've already had donuts. It doesn't, the way it's made, it's a completely different dish.
Well, the other thing is there's apples and craisins in this, and you don't use any sugar at all.
None.
You use cider in the milk with the eggs, which is kind of a surprise to me. And I said on camera that I was sure that the milk was going to curdle with the cider. It doesn't happen. But this cooks up and makes a great thing. I actually make this as a breakfast dish for our Santa breakfast and our bunny breakfast that we have.
No.
So, and people love this. You could put maple. It's very versatile. Maple syrup,
Oh my God.
cider sauce, whipped cream, ice cream.
I'm just stopping because I'm so short. I don't have anywhere to hide the weight. So this is...
You're vertically challenged.
I have to have a little more.
Okay.
It's very, very good. Oh, phenomenal. Oh, so Sue Gould Miller. What a wonderful visit. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
being
Thanks
here.
for coming.
We love
We
it.
love having you.
Gould Orchards and Brookview Station Winery in Schodack. Again, give us the website.
www.goold.com.
On there are directions.
Directions to the farm. What we're picking for Pick Your Own. What's available in our farm store. We have a list of pies. We have special events.
Recipes.
Recipes, yep, and all the recipes that we've cooked today are there on the website.
We love it. You have to join us again real soon. I Meet the Chef. But whatever you do, you have to get to Gould Orchards, Brookview Station Winery. It's the bomb.